Hello everyone, I am Auke1993. Let's go hunt for some legendary Pokemon. If you don't recall, in the previous episode we finally finished the entirety of all the gyms, battle frontiers, and the battle maison. So now we have unlocked the ability to encounter legendary Pokemon on the maps. And although we'll be hunting for them or trying to find them for multiple episodes in the future, it is this episode that will be solely hunting for legendaries, nothing more. So I have a few different Pokemon with me. Burmy and Cyndaquil to deal some minor damage to weaken a Pokemon. Also, if I encounter a regular wild Pokemon that I may want to find, Glaceon and Metagross, because they can hit harder and have different types of moves. For legendaries that we may encounter. And then we are also able to encounter first evolution, so things like Parasect, but also Quilava, Staravia, Heliolisk, things like that. We can encounter as well around level, I believe, 35 to 45. I'm not sure on the exact numbers, but around there. So I have Togepi because I wanted to take it with me, and then Parasect to do some damage there as well. So let's go hunt. We're just going to start over here on map 3. Keep looking. Legendaries are rare, so you won't be seeing them all too often. They, just like the regular Pokemon, generally have one or two maps where they can appear. Some Pokemon will only appear on the grass maps, some Pokemon will only appear on the fire maps, some will appear in both the fire maps and, let's say, the cave maps. And just like the regular Pokemon, let's say Bulbasaur, I believe, can be found on day and night, but there are some Pokemon that are exclusive to day and some exclusive to night. For example, although I haven't looked this up, I expect Cresselia to be a daytime exclusive and Darkrai to be a nighttime exclusive. And I know that there are quite a few more Pokemon like that. And what would be cool, I'm not sure if we'll encounter it, but what I suppose would be cool is if we encounter a special legendary in the sense of something like Darkrown. Because it isn't a legendary Pokemon normally in the game, as in Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, the main games of Pokemon. But in Vortex, it does exist, just like we have our Dark Fate, our Cubone Vader, Pikachu Jedi, other Pokemon that aren't in the main games. So it would be interesting if we encounter one of those Pokemon. There aren't a lot legendary-wise that we can obtain, so Darkrai will be the one, and that's, I believe, in the Ghost Psychic maps. And then at nighttime, I want to say, although I'm not certain. The plan for today is just find one legendary on each of the maps and then go from there. Shiny, Snivy. Actually, it was like, does it say Snivy? It just says Shiny, Snivy. It's somewhat interesting. Yeah, we're gonna find one legendary at minimum on each of the maps and then see what we do from there. Maybe we do some battles with them. Or what we actually could do, yeah. We catch the legendaries in this episode, and depending on how long that takes, we either use them a little bit this episode, but at least next episode we battle with those legendaries against others, because even though we beat the frontier and the maison and stuff, there are still events to go, and yeah, there's side quests. I have Pokemon for that too. But there's also event battles where the opponent's levels are 135 and 150 even at the very end of it. And to use some legendary Pokemon against that would be pretty interesting, I'd say, for a few of the fights, which is what I plan on doing. So, the legendaries that we encounter in this episode, we might just take into some battles there. No legendaries have been encountered so far, but that can be expected because, as I said, they are still very rare, even though we can encounter them now. So I'm just going to keep walking around, and then I'll see you when we encounter our first legendary Pokemon. Oh my god, come on. I've been busy for 20 minutes trying to find a legendary. This reminds me of like the Charmander hunt or the Mystic Rodini level 5 female hunt from the Deoxys event a while ago. It took so long to find something and I haven't found anything that I decided, okay, yeah, I'll just catch any scatterbugs that come along the way, because the Vivions with their different patterns can be somewhat valuable. But then even though I click pretty slowly to allow myself time to respond to every new thing appearing, so in case it's a legendary that I can click on it Maybe it's because, like, if I go to a different screen, it loads longer, so I want to click faster. Like, I'd click away from this furfrou before it would actually appear. I skipped the Shaman Sky, and it took me 20 minutes to find the first legendary. It was a normal Shaman Sky, no unique, but still. It was a legendary, and it was that. It's very hard to keep this up. Like, I can understand why people skip it. And now they catch a Shaman Sky shiny just for, maybe it was a shiny because it looks pretty similar. Either way, it was a Shaman Sky that it could have caught. I've seen like a Veltals and like, oh, shiny Cosmo. Oh, they must have only just input the code from the quiz. Anyway, I've seen a Veltal there and a Palkia and a Dark Raikou and a Mystic Mist, no, a Shadow Mesprit and a Mystic Moltres, and so many different like legendaries pop up here. Like, oh, this person called that, this person called that, and I'm like, yay, I'm gonna catch something, and then I'm not. And like right before I got to this part, and I accidentally skipped the Shaman Sky. I was thinking about actually saving this recording and continuing tomorrow because I'm kind of not wanting to continue for a lot longer. I'll keep going, especially now that I've actually found a legendary. I want to keep going for a little longer. But it's really hard, especially if you skip a legendary. Like that shiny Inkai just now, I clicked away as I saw it. Maybe because it wasn't a legendary, but I kind of wanted to at least consider catching it, but I'd already clicked away at the time. So that can happen too. You see, that one, I clicked really fast as I entered the area there. Not this one, when I got to this square, and I need to make sure I click slowly so that I can respond if there's a legendary. Like, even if nothing appears, if you go to a next space, you'll see that there's a small moment of loading where there's no Pokemon image, and in your reflex you may believe, oh, there is no Pokemon, so I'll click again. But the moment you click, a Pokemon has appeared, and if that is a legendary, then you'll feel really bad because then you skipped a legendary, and that is not a good thing. You don't want that. So I'm gonna try for a little longer, and otherwise I'll continue tomorrow. Whether I'll actually tell that in the recording or not, would that happen? I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. We have found a legendary Pokemon! I was so close to quitting. I'm gonna go catch this and then end this recording. I won't end the episode, but I'm gonna record it the rest on a different day because this has taken 27 minutes to find the second legendary. It just shows how rare they are. Might have something to do with the fact that I'm on the grass maps, but yeah, they're pretty rare. Let's go with Metagross. Let's hope we don't actually take it out. Meteor Mash shouldn't. Ooh, I really should have just gone with a different move. Because he doesn't have Levitate. I don't want a Psychic. Cause, let's see, this was 168. Psychic is just stronger than Meteor Mash? Or, no, didn't Meteor Mash have his power changed? It should be around half. If it was 160 something, then that's 80. It's around KO with Psychic then. I don't want to take the rest, so I'll throw Pokeballs. The thing about legendaries, the catch rate isn't any different for wild Pokemon. You just need to get to really low health, and you could quite easily catch it with a Pokeball. I did stock up on quite a lot of Pokeballs. For one, if something like this would happen, but two, to catch some other Pokemon as well. So I'll just throw some Pokies here. Unfortunately didn't get it, but then I have Burmy Sand, which is going to Bug Bite, take off 54. Then Cyndaquil, it was going to Tackle, down to 28. Can't exactly weaken it a lot more. There's a much higher chance of catching it. I'm not sure if the catch rate is based on percentage of health or on HP, in which case 28 is still quite a bit. But I do want to catch it with just a Pokeball, preferably, because I don't have a lot of Ultras. Because I felt, oh yeah, I can catch legendaries and Pokeballs pretty easily, but it's not exactly going well. I only have a Glaceon left. Really should have another level 100 just to stall Ultra Ball. Come on. Come on. Let me catch a legendary. Okay, I don't think this has ever happened before. The next scene will be recorded on a different day. I'm not gonna hunt more. See you there. Back we are then. Currently the 20th of May, a little bit later than the previous recording. See if we can find some legendaries here and actually catch one this time. Because we didn't catch one the last time. While I'm here, I'm also looking to catch a couple of Pokemon from various levels, including, well, not really any specific ones, but what I really want is a flying type that isn't a Pidgey. And this Starly is just what I'm looking for. That is enough for this video, but for a video that you will likely have already seen at this point because they'll upload it before this one. Which is going to be weird, because I'm going to do a bit of legendary hunting here, and then I'll do a different episode, which will likely have been the episode before this one, after this. So that's a little strange, but you'll find out if you've watched the previous episode. You'll have seen these Pokemon in action, so it'll be weird. Let's see, what shall we catch? One more thing with an immunity that isn't flying. Just saw a Stunfix, so that reminded me of that. Magnemite has immunity with steel against poison. Isn't super effective the other way around though, so yeah, let's catch it anyway. Oh, it doesn't exactly do that much damage, does it? Ah, Bug Bite does good damage. We can make it. Throw a little Pokeball here. Come on, yay. Alright, got a Magnemite, and then let's catch 3 other Pokemon. Meanwhile, we are still looking for those legendaries. 3 other Pokemon that are a bit different from the others. It's mostly electrics here, though. Let's see what we can find. Wow, quite a few no Pokemon. Which I don't know. I want something without an immunity. Shiny Dancer has an immunity, though. Reap doesn't. And I think that'll be okay. Yeah, 36. Bug Bite was 14, not very effective, so that's 28, so that's dangerous. That. Not sure how much Electro Whip would do. I'm not gonna do the calculation, because I can just catch and reap like that. Shiny Durant has immunity. So that won't work as well for the next video. Just catch a Blitzel, a couple of electrics. And I do want something of a different type now though. Electroweb. 8, yay. So after this fight, I'm actually just gonna go to a different map. Let's go to a fire map. Pants here, there we go. Found it immediately. So, the Pokemon that I caught so far in this episode, you will see back in an episode that you've already seen. Strange, huh? And in the episode that we're going to record after this, which you will have already seen, I'll be able to say, and you will see how I catch these Pokemon in the next episode. This is going to be so weird. But it's going to be the case, though. Anyway, I'll be hunting for some legendaries now here on this fire map now that I'm here. I'll see you back either when I find a legendary, or when I skip one and I'm angry at myself, or when I guess, still punching after a while of not finding anything, and then I'll move on to recording the other episode instead. When you keep going for a while, and as I said previously in this episode, then you automatically click too fast and skip a Victini. Just like the Shaman Sky, I believe it was a normal, but it's still annoying when you skip it, even though I go slowly, but now, like, I'm going slowly now, but if it takes a lot longer, then I go automatically.
and the slow loading sometimes may make me click faster, and a good amount of people I've talked to recently have been like, how do I not skip them? I'm like, click slower, it's not that difficult. Well, I've not used those exact words because that sounds kind of harsh and I try not to sound harsh, but just click slower is what the suggestion I give them. I click fast again there because sometimes it just do that, and then it's really unfortunate if you skip a legendary that way. So yeah, I now would like to apologize to everyone I've spoken to in the past few weeks to who I say, yeah, just click slower, and have given off the impression that that's easy to then not skip them, because I've now skipped 2 out of 3 legendaries, a Shaman, Sky, and a Victini. So it's not as easy as I remember it being. Let's um, let's stick to that. Meanwhile, I remember this place going left and right here in this exact location. Went here because I remember it from back when we did the Deoxys event and we're hunting for the Charmander for, was it stage 3 of the event? This is where I would go left and right. I think it was here in the top left. Yeah, and then in the cave where Dratini is, I would also go left and right here. I do think that would I be in the cave? Actually, what I am going to do is I'm going to actually go to the cave, go to the top left, and go left and right in the same location where I would have when I did hunt for the Dratini, and catch any level 5 female, not any level 5 Dratini. Was it a Mystic Dratini? Pretty sure it was Mystic Dratini that we had to get. So any level 5 Mystic Dratini, I'll try to catch. Would I encounter any? Because that's already really rare. And then if it's female, then I'm gonna be like, but that would be interesting to catch on video anyway. And I don't really mind where the first legendary comes from, as long as we just have a legendary. And as soon as we do have one from this map, I'll go to a different one. Hey, look, someone got a Xerneas. But then we'll go to a different one, and then catch one from that. But yeah, with this luck with the legendary so far, even though I'm cutting out a lot of this grinding, yeah, we might not even get the legendaries, like a team of 6 legendaries, like I would have hoped. There's currently 6 maps, well, 6 different kinds of maps, but like you have cave and cave water, you have grass and grass water. So those are sorta 8-ish things, although those water ones generally have the same Pokemon. There's some you can only find in cave water, some only in grass water. So there's, you could say 8 places where you can catch legendaries. I'm just gonna go, oh, Shaman Sky. And I'll just keep trying one every main map type, so 6 in total. Make a team with that and hopefully use them in an episode soon. But first, we have to actually find one of these legendaries. Let's keep trying. We have found a legendary Pokemon. It is Zekrom. Let's see if we can actually catch this Zekrom. This weakening isn't really working the way I would want. Let's see, Earthquake is a 100-meter match. I remember its power would be, I don't know, just Pokeball. Because, yeah, we're good. Okay, Togepi. Go. Use Pound. That was quite a bit of damage. And Burmy Bug Bite. No! I thought it would do less. I remembered it wrong. No! My god, I'm failing so hard on legendaries. It's 0 out of 4. Come on. Alright, on to the next one. Ooh, we have another chance at a legendary. Our 5th chance is... Let's see. Let's see how we fare against this fair princess. Take it a bit more careful. Shadow Ball. Gonna be pretty careful here too. Won't be able to deal a lot of damage. A rock fairy. Can't do much here, even with stored power. Hidden power ground then. 36 down to 24. Syndical with perhaps a mud slap, only 5 down to 19. Let's see if that is enough to catch with a Pokeball. It's definitely better HP than the Latios. Pokeball, we're gonna try a couple. Yes, we have caught a legendary Pokemon. It took us long enough. Okay. Let's try for the next. I'm gonna try on the ice map now, just for a tiny bit, and then I'll go and record that other video that I was referring to.
Wow. The ice legendary is also a Diancie. I guess you can find them here too. We will catch it. I will catch it. Because there's like a Diancie and there's a Mega Diancie. So they are still two different ones in the Vortex Pokedex. Just can do the exact same thing to weaken them. Although, it'll work a bit different now. Let's see, what does Metagross have again? Psychic. Actually gonna use Giga Impact. That should be okay. I say I should, but... Okay, yeah, it actually is. Good. Because last time I said should with Burmy, I think I could. I'll just use Tackle to be safe. Mud Slap. 15 HP. That's doable even with a Pokeball. If the Pokeball would work, please. And I have a level 100 with me just to stall for some more time. And we did get it with a Pokeball. That'll be the end of this section of the episode. I'm going to try a bit more on a different day and see what I can get on the different maps. 1 week later, it's the 30th of May, and I'm finally continuing this because I decided, oh, let's edit the other video, like the other parts together, which you literally just saw. Up until the previous clip, I have everything edited together, and I was like, I do want to add one more clip of me trying to find stuff. So I'm doing that back in the electric map. A lot of things have happened since. Formula 1 has had a race, I've been to a birthday party, made another vlog which will be out probably tomorrow. There's chickens involved. If you remember a vlog from about 1.5 months ago that included some young chicks that I got to hold, they are back. Except now they've grown another chickens, and I don't recognize who is who anymore. Also, there's a chicken called Terror, which is pretty interesting. I like how Shadow Ellicott looks, huh? Anyway, but that vlog's likely for tomorrow, and then I have, I think, 2 more Town of Salem videos pre-recorded from 1.5 weeks ago. It's also really warm. Although it's not as warm now, in the past week it has been really warm and not fun for me. Although my computer's holding out really well, so that was the first sort of a big test for my new computer with the new temperature and stuff. So I appreciate very much that my computer held on. It has more powers, but it also allows more cooling things, better cooling, new fans obviously, so they're less dirty, even though I clean the other one somewhat regularly. I do appreciate that for my new computer. Alright, let's try for hunting. Yeah, I can English now. Let's try hunting for legendaries a slight bit longer. Let's see what we'll find. I'm pretty sure there's no Diancie here. I would prefer a Raikou. Or a Palkia, but there's no Palkia on this map, so Raikou, let's go. A legendary has been found. And it is a Thunderous, it is not a Diancie. Still not a unique legendary though. This is the 7th legendary. 7th time, it's not a unique. But I'll take it, it's a legendary. We shall go catch it. Metagross, I choose you. Psychic. And then Meteor Mash isn't super effective against. No, it's weak. Yes, good. Good thing I remember that. Cyndaquil. Use Amber. And then Burmy, can Burmy do anything? Yeah, Electro Web. There's 8?
Please, flying type. I was only thinking about the electric. Oh, and then I just watched all the previous clips where I failed, and I'm like, focus, you need to remember, and then I do this. I already knew before I recorded this clip what the title was gonna be, but oh my gosh. Okay. We literally caught 2 out of 7 legendaries, and they were the same. And the rest were either skipped, got killed by, or, well, we fainted them. 2 out of 7 legendaries. Sure, if we had a unique, it would have been slightly easier, because then I would have used my Master Ball, because I use Master Balls and unique legendaries. But things haven't exactly gone my way whatsoever. So, I hope you enjoyed this Auke Fails at Legendary Hunting episode. I'll see you in the next one. Unless it's a legendary here. No. Goodbye.